Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Knicks-Verse. This channel is devoted to one single purpose: to help try to guide the team that we love and root for in some way, in any minimal, even if it's like minimal, in any way, to becoming a sustainable winning franchise. That's the only purpose of this channel. The only reason I started the channel, and it's the only reason this channel is going to continue that way. Tonight, the New York Knicks, or tonight, suffered a difficult loss. A very difficult loss. But the team showed tremendous effort. It came down to the wire, and we lost to a better team. That is just the reality of this loss that we suffered tonight. However, the best part about sports is that the better team doesn't always win. And the better team doesn't necessarily end up winning everything in the end. It's the team that wants it the most. And tonight, the Knicks showed that they wanted it. They just didn't have enough in the tank to pull it out. And I'm going to get into all of that. Thank you guys for joining me. If you've not subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the thumbs up button and drop your comments. My name is George. I am into the Knicks-Verse, and let's go. Full disclosure, I had way too many shots while I was watching this game. And I was so into this game. This was a great game to watch. It sucked that we lost 127-123. The Knicks scored 40 points in that fourth quarter. 40 points in that fourth quarter. Wasn't enough. Emmanuel Quickley was not available in the second half. And that definitely cost us. These are the kind of things I'm going to talk about. Number one, Cam Reddish needs to start ahead of Quentin Grimes. He's earned it. He proved it tonight. Until Grimes has to wrestle that starting job away from Cam. That's just number one. Cam Reddish needs to start for the New York Knicks. Number two, and this is gonna be like ice cold water being dumped on you guys. But Jalen Brunson cannot close tight games for the New York Knicks anymore. They cannot. He cannot. He doesn't provide defense at the end when you need stops, when you're trying to get back into the game and you're trying to chip away a 5-point deficit, 10-point deficit, 3-point deficit, whatever it is. He doesn't give you enough defensive intensity to be able to stop the other team so that you can get stops and go on the other end and get buckets, especially when he can't provide you the winning buckets. That's 2 games in a row. Jalen Brunson could not provide us the winning bucket. Now, you may think I'm being a little harsh on him. You may think I'm being ridiculous because he was the high scorer in the game. No, I'm not at all. Baseball has something called the relief pitcher. And there's a reason for that. And you all know it. I'm not even going to get into it. I get it. Tonight, we didn't have IQ available. And going with Rose might have been tricky. So for tonight's game, it may not have made a difference because we didn't have options available. But if IQ is available, this is the kind of game that you close the fourth quarter with IQ instead of Brunson. Or if you really want Brunson out there, you put IQ next to Brunson. It's just the reality of it. Brunson is a traffic cone. He is. I hate to break the news to you guys. I know you know it in your hearts, deep inside your hearts. You know that he's a traffic cone. He knows he's a traffic cone, which is why he tries to stand in front of players like a traffic cone, which is awesome. I love that. But you only get 1, maybe 2 charge calls per game. It's just the reality of the modern NBA. In a close game, in the fourth quarter, you can't go with Brunson as your closer. You can't. You guys can argue with me all you want about it, but we've seen the results. We've seen the results. Every 3 games, you approach the game like that, maybe you win 1 out of those. That's a 33% winning percentage. We've seen it. We've seen it actually in the last 3 games. We lost the previous game. We lost tonight. We did win the game 3 games ago. That's not enough. That's not enough. So there is some trick, like there's going to be some massaging that Thibodeau is going to have to do to try to get us over the line to win games. This is the squad we have right now. We can't be crying, oh, RJ's not like a fucking super number 3 pick. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. He is what he is. Brunson is what he is. Randall is what he is. You can still win. You can still win games in the NBA if you manage it correctly. Now, tonight, we did not have IQ available in the second half, so that made it difficult for Thibs to deal with it, and he did the best he could. So I'm not putting this loss on Thibs. I'm not at all. This was just a loss where they made their shots when they needed to, and we couldn't get stops when we needed to. But man, was it close, and man, was it exciting. It was incredibly exciting. Look at this. Julius Randle, 35 minutes, 14 points. I want everyone to come at me right now and talk to me about how RJ's destroying this team. Look at that! Look at that! Enough! Randle is the cancer on this team. There is no doubt in my mind. The only reason I started this channel, because I know how to play basketball. I know how to win in basketball. I understand what winning basketball is. I was lucky enough to watch some great basketball in my life and be taught by people who understood the game. And you can't win with a guy like Randle. Is RJ better? Slightly. Slightly. He's also younger. So if I had to make a choice, I'm going with RJ over Randle any fucking day. Any fucking day. I love Brunson's game. I love it. But the man has some definite weaknesses on the defensive end. There's no doubt. But let's go to the positive stuff. Let's go to the positive stuff. Mitch Robinson. Wow. What a game. 32 minutes, 6 of 7. Only 7 rebounds. But did he disrupt Memphis? It was a beautiful thing to watch. Was it enough? Not tonight. Sadly, it was not. Look at Brunson. 30 points, 8 of 19, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line, which is great because he hasn't been that clutch from the 3-point line. But, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Excellent game from Brunson. Excellent game. It doesn't mean that he has to be out on the court in the fourth quarter. Let's free ourselves from this mentality that we have, this old school mentality. Oh, well, he's my this guy, he's my that guy. We got to go with him no matter what. Fuck all that. I want wins. I want W's. I want our young guys to understand how to win games when it matters, like in crunch time. Now, again, we didn't have the option of going with IQ, but we had the option of going with Grimes, RJ, Cam, Randall, and Mitch as a 5 unit. Or when we saw small ball, which we did see small ball, and it did help. Small ball was working for a while. Obi, Randall, RJ, Cam, and Grimes. We didn't see that. We should have seen that. I don't care what someone's salary is. It's irrelevant. I was saying that last year about Fournier. Finally, we're seeing it. Bench the fucker. If the guy's not making buckets, he's hurting our team. If Brunson cannot deliver stops when we need him in crunch time, he must sit. You can call a timeout. Structure your timeout usage so that you understand that in end game scenarios, I need extra timeouts because I want to sub in and out Brunson. Then do that, Thibs. We have a team that can actually get 47 wins. There is a team here that can get 47 wins. We didn't see it tonight. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. We did see it tonight. We lost to a team that won 50. That was the second best team in the Western Conference last season. They went 56-26 last season. Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, they were without Desmond Bane, but all the other guys stepped up. It was a great game to watch. This is a quality team, and the Knicks took them down to the wire. We lost to a quality team. I don't like, you guys know, we're all on the same page. Moral victories and all that shit. No, we're not on board for that. But this team, the Knicks, competed to the very last second, and that needs to be applauded. The very last second they applauded, they competed to, and that should be applauded, and that I really appreciate. But when you look at this stat line right here, Quentin Grimes, 2 of 7. 1 of 4 from the three-point line. 5 points. They give you 4 dimes, which is beautiful. But look at Reddish. 24 minutes, 4 of 6, 11 points, and he played some excellent defense himself. And I love that little shove he put on, who was it? Was it Brooks? Whatever it was. I want some more dirty play. I want some more dirty Knicks play. I want some of that. I want some Oakley back in here. I want some Anthony Mason back in here. We got to show that guys can't come into the Garden and just own it and put on a show. Fuck that. Put them on the hardwood floor. Don't hurt them. I'm not saying hurt them, but don't make it look easy for them to get in there. So I want to see a little more of that. I want to see some fire. I want to see some dog. I'm proud of the effort tonight for the Knicks. I'm proud. I am, honestly. Even though they did lose, even though we're 9-11 now, I'm proud of what we saw tonight. I'm even a shout out to Thibs. Shout out to Thibs. The way he brought in Deuce for a few minutes here and there. I know he only gets credit for 1 minute total, but that's okay. Sometimes you need that little situational moment. You bring him in, maybe he burns a foul or two, or maybe he gets in front of a guy, he disrupts their rhythm. That's great. I want to see that. Actually, and give credit to JD, because we were talking about this. It's okay. Okay, so you have a 9-man rotation. That doesn't mean that you can't go 11 deep. That's it. Just because you go further than your 9-man doesn't mean they're actually in the rotation. It's just situational. Sometimes you have a moment where it calls for bringing in someone, a dog like McBride, to get in there and like really disrupt whoever's trying to get over the half court line. I love that. We just lost this game. It hurts. If we had hit more 3-point shots, we only hit 33%. If we hit more 3-point shots, we would have won this game. That is really the bottom line. Look at the plus minus. Nothing crazy, egregious here. Yeah, Randall's a -2. Mitch is a +2. Brunson's a -1. Barrett's a -8. Grimes a -9. Toppin a -2. Reddish a +4. Isaiah Hartenstein a -3. Rose a -3. McBride a 0. And Quickly a +2. In the end, that's not why we lost. It's not like one particular player. I think everyone played their hearts out. Were there mistakes made? Absolutely. Absolutely. There was a play where, I think it was in the third quarter, and when you watch the replays, you'll see, I'm not going to show any highlights here tonight. When you watch a replay, you'll see where Memphis gets the rebound, and when you're watching the video, you don't see Brunson and you don't see Randall. You see RJ, and I think it was Cam and Mitch on the Memphis on the defensive side, on the Knicks offensive side. So they're out. So Brunson and Randall are not in view. And then Ja brings the ball up. He starts penetrating the paint, and he finds a wide open Roddy, who I love. I wanted the Knicks to draft him in the second round. If you guys watched all the draft videos with Foxy, you'll remember that. Wide open, 3-point shot. That's on Brunson. That's what I'm talking about. It's that kind of stuff. Does he give you like big buckets on the offensive end? Yes, he does. And was he hurt tonight? obviously was hurt. He was compromised. He did the best he could, and the best he could amounted to 30 points, which is phenomenal. But he's got to score, apparently, he has to score 37 points for the Knicks to win. If you're going to give up points, that easy, wide open 3-point shots like that. I tell you guys, go back, watch the tape, watch it over and over again with an unbiased eye, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Brunson hurts us tremendously on the defensive end. Now, he gives us tremendous stuff on the offensive end. So that means the rest of the team has to make up for that. That means RJ's got to step it up. That means Randall's got to step it up. And, well, tonight, Mitch definitely did, and Cam definitely did. Grimes, he gives you great defense. He does. He does give you really, really good, solid defense. But even still, he's still working himself back into the flow. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll start clicking. And if he starts making buckets, look at this. If Grimes hits like one more 3-pointer, we're like right there. It's like 127, 126, and the way the end game works is totally different. So he's hurting us on the offensive end, but he's giving us his defensive, and he's moving the ball. He's making some nice passes. I love all that. I love what he's doing. I love everything else he's doing, except he's not hitting his 3-point shot, which is what he should be doing. He was by far the best the best 3-point shooting draft pick of last season. He's not that this season. He hasn't carried that over. He needs to do that. All right, let's go to... Oh, wait. Let's go to this. Look at... That's Dolan. He's shaking his head. I slowed it down for you guys. Watch this. Shaking his head. And that is after... Look at the score. 80-71. And Ja just made a tremendous play. And they showed this angle. And I wanted to show you guys Dolan's shaking of the head. Right there. He's shaking his head side to side. The clock is ticking, Leon. The clock is ticking. We need to make some trades. We need to make some moves. We need to get Randall off this team. We need to embrace the youth. And then eventually we need to find a different coach. We have the players on this team to be an interesting competitive team. However, we're not going to go far, ever, until we get that next star. But that next star is going to cost a lot. So the only way you get that next star, and the second star, is by driving up the value of the players you currently have. So all of you guys shitting on RJ, please stop. The guy has a game. Is he, Jason Tatum? No, he's not. He's not. We all know that. But is he a bust? Is he destroying this team? Come on. Come on. Look what he did tonight. 9 of 18. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 dimes. He's not destroying this team. Could he play better? Absolutely. Will he play better? I wish I could say absolutely. But if I had to put money on it, I would say yes. He's shown every season that he breaks out of that early season funk and he pulls it together. Can this season he become that player where he plays better and he's more efficient? Well, that's a wait and see. I'm not sure. I thought he could be. I was hoping he could be. This start he got off to is very distressing. However, a game like tonight gives me hope. Gives me hope. He wasn't trying to do too much. He was making quicker decisions. And like he missed like one layup and everyone fucking freaked their fucking minds out on Twitter. Calm the fuck down, people. Calm down. He's 22. He's still the youngest starter on this team. He's not the problem. He is a problem. He's not the problem. The problem is, well, you guys all know that answer. Jaren Jackson Jr., 8 of 19, 21 points, 3 of 8. Look at that. Jeez. Brooks, 8 of 16, 3 of 7, 23 points. Look at that balanced scoring. Look at that. And they barely won. Because the Knicks showed heart tonight. Just wasn't enough. You can see here the 3-point situation. Grizzlies took 2 more 3-point shots and they hit them. And that was the difference in the game. We need to, if you were to ask me, hey, would you put money on Grimes starting to break out of this 3-point shooting funk? And I'd say yes. I'd put money on that. So I think we're headed in the right direction. But as long as Julius Randle is on this team, it's going to be hard for us to fully be the best that we can be. I hate to say it like that, but that's just the way I see it. It's just the way I see it. The Knicks one time had a 2-point lead. A couple of times they had a 2-point lead. They just weren't able to hold on to it. Memphis, more assists, 32-30. But the biggest stat here is the rebounds. New York Knicks, who are one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA, were beat by a -8 tonight in the rebounds. And then that led to second chance points, which I don't have that stat on here, but it led to more second chance opportunities for Memphis, and they capitalized on that. You can't give a team with a Ja Morant on the court second opportunities. They're going to burn you eventually. But tonight is not the night for us to spend too much thinking about, what we can do with this team in terms of the long view. What we need to do in terms of the short view is get Randle off this team. Get him off. Seriously. Get him off. I can't stand his moping, the grimacing. Remember, his own players, teammates see that shit. And it's a downer, man. If it's a downer for us, it's a downer for them. I know you guys think I'm a little harsh on him, but I'm not. This is reality. He's the cancer. Get him off. Thank you for watching this. My name is George. I am into the Knicks-Verse. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and drop your comments. I want to hear your thoughts about this game. I want to hear about them. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.